What if I told you the single most important number in your financial life just went on sale? And no, I'm not talking about a stock. I'm talking about the company behind the score itself, FICO. Have you ever seen a stock surge 15% and then get slammed 10% in just a few days? That's the roller coaster that FICO has been riding lately. And the mainstream panic is creating what could be the biggest buying opportunity of the year for savvy investors. This kind of extreme volatility confuses the market. It triggers fear, it triggers panic selling, but when others are fearful, that's when we get greedy. The market is reacting to headlines and missing the bigger picture. What's happening is a fundamental shift in the credit industry right now. Understanding this is key to unlocking a massive opportunity. Most people see this dip and they're running, but a credit master sees it and they lean in. In this video, here's what we're going to break down. First, the real story behind the volatility, the game-changing announcement that sent FICO soaring, and why a competitor's response triggered an overreaction. Second, FICO's impenetrable moat. We're going to talk about the structural advantages, the market share, the margins, and the institutional trust that makes FICO a financial fortress. Third, its path to profit. How analysts are valuing the business, where the big money is flowing, and how a short-term dip fits a long-term wealthy strategy. If you're new to the channel, my name is Colin I read Rich Dad Poor Dad when I turned 13 and became obsessed with credit and finance. I even followed in Robert Kiyosaki's footsteps, enlisted in the Marine Corps at 18 years old, where I witnessed firsthand exactly what Rich Dad's book says. They don't teach financial education in school. Marines to my left and right were defaulting on cars and credit cards, so I got certified in credit repair to help them fix their credit. And fast forward to today, I run an 8-figure credit repair and funding business, and I make these videos to help you guys master the money game. Let's pull back the curtains on the announcement that lit the fuse. Here's what actually changed. For decades, if a mortgage lender wanted your FICO score, they had to go through a credit bureau, Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. They were the gatekeepers. They held the data. They charged the fees. And FICO's new move changes the game. They're allowing lenders to get the score directly from the source. No middleman. Think like Ticketmaster, right? You want to go see a concert, but you're forced to buy through a middleman who adds all these fees and controls the process. Now imagine the artist selling tickets directly on their own website. That's exactly what just happened with FICO. FICO also introduced aggressive flexible pricing. Lenders can choose a flat fee per score or a performance-based model with a smaller fee up front and a success fee only if the loan funds. That aligns FICO's incentives with the lender's success. And the market loved it. The stock ripped even higher. Then, a few days later, one of the middlemen fired back. A competing direct-to-lender product hit the headlines. The market saw competition and punished FICO. Here's how to separate signal from noise. Yeah, sure, a competitor launched a similar sounding offer. No, that does not erase decades of trust, infrastructure, and embedded processes. Launching a product is not the same as replacing an industry standard. FICO has the fortress. Competitors are taking shots at the walls, but the market is pricing this like a one-for-one fight, and it's not. FICO is attacking the Bureau's business model. The bureaus are trying to defend it, but this dip isn't a sign of FICO's weakness. If the market's fear of an industry battle, a battle FICO is positioned to win, that fear is what creates the discount. Now let's talk about the moat. In pillar one, you've got market dominance. In mortgages, FICO isn't just a player, it's literally the standard. When we optimize our credit, we focus on FICO because that's what lenders actually use for the most important lending decisions. Vantage score is what you see on free apps like Credit Karma and things like that. But FICO is what gets you the mortgage. The system is built on it, from banks to secondary credit markets to the agencies that are buying loans. Pillar two, switching pain. Swapping score models isn't like changing coffee brands, all right? It's like changing the foundation of a skyscraper while people are still working inside of it. Underwriting models, risk systems, compliance software, auditor sign-off, staff training, these are all built around FICO. You can't just switch it up like that. The cost and the risk of switching are enormous. The safer choice is to just stay with a proven winner that's been around for years. Now let's talk about profitability. Dominance and pricing power show up in the numbers. FICO runs elite margins and sticky high-value relationships. That's what a real moat looks like in a financial statement. So what does all this mean for you? Even after a pullback, the market still pays a premium for quality. Analysts remain constructive, and the big money is telling you what they think. Institutional investors have been buying on weakness. So don't listen to what people say, watch what they do. This is a classic case of short-term emotion discounting a long-term wide moat business, a chance to buy a category-defining company at a price driven by fear, not by fundamentals. Now, quick note before we continue, nothing in this video is financial advice. Always do your own research and talk to a licensed advisor before investing. Now, listen, guys, if you've been dealing with bad credit or lack of business funding for years and you just want my team to handle it for you, links for credit repair and business funding are in the pinned comment and the description. So here's your next move. Buying a single stock is one play in a much bigger wealth game. The real wealth engine is owning cash flowing assets. So watch this next video where I'm going to show you how to use today's credit landscape to buy real estate and how the new scoring dynamics can help position you for 2026 and beyond.